Welcome back to the Critics Corner. I'm Andrew Branca with the Waxahachie Sun, and I'm here with Mr. David Dunn with Southlake Style Magazine. How's it going?
It's going all right, brother. I'm ready for the weekend.
You and me both. It's been a long week, and it seems like it's been two weeks this week.
Pretty
Uh,
much.
but but I'm glad it's Friday.
Yes, sir. It's
We are doing.
Friday.
Oh God! Don't, please, no, not that song. That's horrible. Um, we are doing something a little bit different today than our normal movie fare. It's a movie I like to call movie adjacent. Uh, I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy. I know you probably are. I have a lot of favorite comedians. This man I've never heard of before until you told me about him. And I've got to say, Mr. Bo Burnham is a odd cat to say the least, man. He's different. Um, so uh, so we're reviewing his latest special here, Bo Burnham Inside, I believe it's called.
Yes, sir. Bo Burnham inside, and this is a comedy special. I use the term comedy loosely, but yeah, this is his first special he's done in 5 years. Last one he did was in 2016 with Make Happy. And he was getting ready to re-enter the comedy world after a 5-year hiatus, reinvesting himself in his mental health. And he was going to return to stand-up comedy again in 2020. And we all know how that turned out. So the result of this special is actually really unique, Andy. Bo Burnham shot, edited, performed, and directed everything. Like
And,
the
and
whole thing. The whole thing, from the art direction to the lighting to the music, everything. One person. It's all him. And that's what makes this really unique. And it's a big reason why I wanted to talk about it, because you don't really come across a lot of films nowadays that are a one-man band, literally. But that's essentially what this special is. This special is Bo basically trying to distract himself from the outside world, from COVID-19, from the elections, from the social, cultural issues we faced last year. It's about him trying to escape from all of that and literally being trapped not inside his, not just his apartment, but also inside his own thoughts. And he commences to do his, standard comedic routine. There's a lot of songs. There's a lot of really clever subversions of expectation. There's some really funny spoofs in here. There's also a lot of really self-reflective moments here as well, Andy. There's a lot of moments where he just pauses. He lets the camera roll on his genuine reactions. There's actually quite a few sequences of this movie where he isn't trying to be funny. He's trying to embody a persona or a feeling that everybody was feeling last year. And really, it might even be genuine. It could really very well be what Bo was really experiencing while he was filming the special.
Yeah, I definitely got that impression when you said there was a lot of music. That is definitely an understatement. He definitely channeled some Weird Al Yankovic into this special. I don't know if I'd call it that. But yeah, you're right. He did have several poignant moments where he just reflects on himself, on life. One of them, I kind of shared with him probably about 7 years ago, is when I turned 30, he reflects on him turning 30 years old, going from 29 to 30. And he says, like, I have 2 minutes left of my 20s. Let me just pause and enjoy that. And when I turned 30, that was hard for me. I wrote a column about that experience, so I kind of get that. I mean, that 30 was not an easy birthday because of all the expectations placed on you by society, by your family, by your friends, by the crap you see on Facebook or Instagram or whatever gram or thing you look at on the internet. Just there's a lot. And he's really a funny guy. I've never heard of him before this. The spoofs I enjoyed quite a bit. I think my favorite one had to be him spoofing about product placement and branding, which I thought that was hilarious. He did a bit with a sock puppet singing a song together, like him and Kermit the Frog. I mean, it was just, that was pretty funny. And just all the stuff he made fun of about what people do on the internet, like anywhere from gaming chats to just different things like that we watch. And it's like, wow, why do we waste our time watching this stuff when there's more important things to do out there? And you're right about it's a reflection on 2020. And I do believe a lot of the stuff he put in there is what he was going through personally. I mean, I don't know about you, but 2020 for me, was tough. Even though I was working, I was still able to come to work that I was an essential worker. But there were moments that you just really kind of felt alone. You're like, man, I would just like to go to a restaurant or a coffee shop or just interact with somebody besides my cat. And he definitely expressed that sentiment that I think people are slowly trying to not get rid of, but just find that new normal again and find that integration back into society with everybody.
Find a way to re-enter into the outside world when we've been locked in for so long. Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I really related to closely with this film. It's amazing. Obviously everyone's 2020 circumstance was different, but at one point or another, we did feel trapped inside of our homes. And I think he did a great job personifying that in his film, not just quite literally him being isolated inside by himself, but he's also locked inside with his own insecurities, his own anxiety, his depression. He breaks down a few times in this movie, and it kind of catches you off guard. Like, whoa, wait, I was expecting to be laughing here, but you're delving into some really deep and dramatic moments in here. I thought that was very vulnerable of him and really mature of him to do. I think other comics would have just stuck with the musical numbers, right? Or the comedy or focus on just being absurdist or spoof, whatever. But he's trying to say something more profound about human connections, about how we perceive ourselves, how social media kind of objectifies us. And it's amazing how many topics he touches on in this special with such insight, such cleverness, such wit, and such introspection that really makes you think about ways you perceive the world. I do want to touch on the technology for a second, because quite a few sequences in here, he hilariously deconstructs, conventions we have with social media. One of his first songs is FaceTiming My Mom, where he's talking about the frustrations of FaceTiming his parents. And one thing I love about it is that it shrinks to the 16:9 ratio, like as if you were looking on your smartphone. And at one moment where his mom accidentally covers the phone with her camera, the screen goes blank.
Yeah, with her thumb there, yeah.
Yeah. So moments like that are just clever. And then another one, white woman's Instagram. That was hilarious too. And it had to have me like rolling in my seat laughing. But again, it had the whole 360 by 360 aspect ratio, like an Instagram square.
Well, we'll put a little context with that song. I mean,
yeah. So white woman's Instagram, he's basically parroting Gen Z tropes of Instagram, latte foam art, avocados, street art, whatever you could basically. What is the most generic Instagram image you can think? That's white woman's Instagram.
Yeah. But
again, just the overall art design, the shots he uses, all within this 360 by 360 square. Very, very creative. I think my favorite of the songs, though, where he talks about the destruction and volatility of social media is Welcome to the Internet, where he's playing kind of like a supervillain voice, laughing maniacally, asking its audience like a snake oil salesman, could I interest you in everything all of the time? And just talking about like all of the lividly screwed up things you can find on social media. It's just, it saturates you with the toxicity of social media, but it captures the experience so perfectly.
When I would say a song, congratulations, Jeff Bezos. I thought that was funny. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I love that too.
I would say, Jeff Bezos is probably one of the few people that has really benefited from the pandemic, I guess, because everybody's been ordering stuff on Amazon or watching stuff on Amazon, or I thought that was funny. But I going into this, I didn't expect so many musical numbers. I'm like, okay, well, this is definitely different, but it is a good different, and I really respect that, and I really respect his craft, and I think it would be easy to make jokes about masks or about social distancing, and that's definitely an easy joke. I think Christopher Titus, he's another comedian that I really enjoy. He said, I could tell you in one of his specials, he said I could tell you a joke that's not inspiring. Like, do you ever hear of Dr. Atkins, founder of the meat diet, all meat diet? You know what happened to him? He died of vegetable. The founder of the all meat diet died of vegetable. He said that joke is like a Toyota Camry, dependable but not inspiring. I think his special is really, honestly, very inspiring, and that's what separates him from just an ordinary comedian to an artist. And that's what I thought of it personally.
That's how I see it as well. It's kind of exceeded. It's more than comedy. It's more than stand up. It's art. That's the best way I can describe it. Because even later in the special, whenever he further deteriorates into his depression, his anxiety, and his sadness, the songs get a lot more moody. They get a lot more contemplative and thoughtful, and really, really emotional. Last three songs, especially, and, that funny feeling where he talks about, society's many contradictions. All Eyes on Me, where he laments on how 2020 literally flipped his world upside down. And then Goodbye, where he's, again, coming to terms with, his situation, wanting to stay inside, but realizing he has to get back out in the world. He has to go outside. I really love how this film balances really deep and complex ideas with witty and intelligent comedy, but it never feels preachy. It never feels like it's pointing a finger at you, like nagging. It feels genuine. It feels harmonious. It flows very, very nicely off of Bo Burnham's tongue and into our ears. It's a sensational experience.
It just makes me wonder what he's going to do next. I mean, how do you top something like this? So, I mean, I'm looking forward to what he does next, and he's definitely on my radar for comedians to watch. I mean, I'm a fan of Gabriel Iglesias, Christopher Titus, Bill Burr, and he just ranks up there with comedians I like. And I think he can really speak to a lot of people's experience through the special. And I think that's what makes it really universal in a sense.
I think so too. And I can't speak for you, Andy. I can't speak for other people. But what I really loved about this special, for myself at least, it humanized everybody. I mean, 2020, everybody went through the same thing. It humanizes everybody it unites everybody under a common struggle. And for me personally, it brought a lot of healing for me personally, just kind of seeing all of these, shots and situations and, introspective comedy taking place on my TV screen. It reminded me that I'm not alone in my insecurity. It reminded me that other people have struggled with these same emotions and, kind of questions. And more than anything else, it just kind of reminded me that we all need to take a second, breathe, and laugh with each other. And that's one thing I really, really appreciate about this movie. It really, for the first time in a long time, it made me feel human again, not just a film viewer. I think what Bo has done here is very special. And yes, I agree. This work should definitely be ranked among the all-time greats, like the all-time greats.
Definitely. I'll agree with you. I mean, 2020 was a horrible year. It was a dumpster fire with a monkey on top throwing poo at people. And I'm being funny, but I'm being serious at the same time. It was just a horrible year. I mean, personally, I almost died. I spent 10 days in the hospital battling this awful disease. And I'm fortunate and blessed that God kept me around, that he said, not done with you yet. Other people weren't so lucky. I can't explain that why I'm still here. And it definitely spoke to me on that level. He was able to provide that humor, that levity about the year, but also provide a good spot for reflection. And I think that really speaks to, it definitely spoke to me. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody. I can just only speak for myself. And, that's what I feel about what his comedy did for me in a way. It's definitely something I highly recommend people watch. It's really good. It's unique. He definitely speaks from the heart.
Yeah, funny but serious, just like you said.
Yeah. So, well, what's your rating on this on a scale of 1 to 10 here?
I might surprise you. I might surprise our viewers. I don't know for sure. I can't remember if I've given this score on this show before, but I am giving Inside a solid 10 out of 10. I cannot think of an experience I've seen recently that made me feel as much as this special did, ranging from laughter to sadness to grief to healing. It is such a cathartic and special experience, and you should definitely watch it.
I agree, and I give it a 10 as well.
Woo! Wait a minute. Wait. We agree?
Yeah, drum roll there.
Would I agree?
Yes.
Break out the champagne glasses. We gotta toast this thing, but off camera, because obviously alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol is bad. You're a mess. But
takes one to know one.
Hey, I'm not denying that at all. For people to watch, this is available on Netflix. I highly recommend it that you go see this. I believe it's about an hour and a half, about 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a well spent 90 minutes. And I just go watch it, enjoy. Maybe put a box of tissues on the table at some point because you're going to need it. But it's worth it. So I think that's going to do it for today's edition of the Critics Corner. Next week will be maybe a little lighter. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to decide on that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll pick something good though. I can definitely guarantee that. So So if you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, give us a shout here. Email us, send us a Facebook message. Just, reach out to us. We'll be glad to reach out to you guys. So you guys have a good week and a good weekend, and we will see you back here next week.
Y'all have an amazing weekend.
See you guys later.